What's up, everyone? My name's Tia, and today we're going to move through a bit of an ankle-focused mobility session. I'm not using any equipment today, so you can get onto your mat and let's get started. We'll find a hands and knees position, so quadruped. Fingers spread nice and wide, toes tucked. Let's just start by moving the spine a little bit. Just big inhale as we arch the back, and then nice exhale as we round. 2 more like that. Last one. Just welcoming our body into a bit of movement here. Beautiful. All right, find that neutral spine, somewhere in the middle of 2 extremes. And let's just sweep that right leg out behind you. Keeping those hips nice and even. Thinking of puffing up the upper back. Just want you to point the toe and then flex. The toes point down on the flex, and then toes point away on the point. Beautiful. Keep that strong position through hands and shoulders, focusing on stabilizing the rest of the body as we create a little bit of activation through the ankle. Last 2. Last one. Right leg comes in, and then left leg will sweep out. Same thing, pointing and flexing. Try to find the fullest or deepest ranges of motion that you can here. I need to tune into that activation. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Left leg pulls in. I'll sweep that right leg out once again, this time adding on, right toe comes down, and then shift the weight back, just getting a little stretch through the calf here. Just a few cycles. Really think of kind of pushing that heel out behind you just a touch more, deepening the sensation. And with that exhale, we'll release. Switching it over, same thing other side, left leg pulls back, toes to the ground, and shift the weight back to that heel. And the more we get comfortable here, the more we might be able to push back into that range, creating a little more activation here. And let's exhale, come on out. All right, so let's tuck the left foot between the hands. What I'll do, a bit funky, I'll spin my right foot to the left, and just kind of sit my bum down onto the heel. So if that's confusing, just mirror me as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to have the ability to grab on to the heel. So you can see my right hand is on my left heel. And then I've got my left hand on the top of the foot. You could also hold the knee. What I'll do is press the knee forward, like it's tracking over the midfoot, and then I'll just kind of press it back. All right, so I'm going forward and back. And as I do this, I'm keeping the heel planted to the earth. I'm just starting to activate through the front of the ankle and open up through that Achilles. But really make sure the foot's not falling to the midline and the arch isn't collapsing. Nice. Now the next time we go forward, little pause, and then just think about kind of doing these little pulse reps, pulsing that knee forward, 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 while keeping the heel to the ground. And starting to get that bit of activation, starting to get a deeper range. And then pause and press and just hold it there. Find the deepest range. So make sure we're not falling to the midline, right? So your fingers should be able to slide under that arch. Hold to breathe for 2 and 1, sweeping it back. Whew. Love it. do the same thing on the other side. So I just switched over, right? You can mirror me, or you can step it out and face the same direction, whatever is easier. So hand to heel, other hand either to top of the foot or to the knee. Okay? And we'll start to go forward and back first. Think of spreading your toes, press that big toe down, then shift the weight forward, and then shift the weight back. But I'm just shifting back enough that the knee and the ankle are realigning. Forward and back. Now, if you have a little bit of a different experience between each side, that's totally normal. Don't stress about it. And we are simply here to hold space and a little bit of curiosity of what the body is doing. We're here for 3, 2. Going to get a bit of a deeper range each time. Next time we come in, pause to hold. And this is where I'll start those little oscillations. So heel still planted. You're just going these little pulse reps forward and back. These pulses that really help us start to activate and feel that engagement. So creating a bit more space through the Achilles, right? A little more action through the front of the ankle. Five, 4, 3, 2, push forward, and then just pause to breathe. And so the whole time I'm trying to push the knee forward, creating a deeper range as I keep that foot aligned, heel to the ground, arches nice and lifted. Maybe we see if we can kind of push a little bit farther into there. And then exhale, unwind. Beautiful. All right, shift the weight back to hands and knees. This time we're stepping to a half kneeling position. So I'm going to go left foot between the hands and popped up like this. So same, a little bit different. So find your neutral spine first. We got a slight pelvic tilt and the core is tight. I almost want to think about knitting your ribs to your hip bones a bit. And again, core is tight. But if you don't know how to do that, a little fake cough and holding the contraction, or you can imagine someone's going to come punch you in the gut. Now I'm going to go hands to knees, toes spread nice and wide, really press that big toe. Take an inhale to shift the weight forward. And then exhale, shift the weight back. Now, just as we did before, just shifting back enough that the knee and the ankle are in line. So again, same, little different. Working through some dorsiflexion. Going forward, and we're going back. So I inhale to press forward, exhale to press back. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Now we'll shift back, ankle and knee aligned. What I like to do is find a little hinge. So I go elbows or forearms onto that knee, and then we'll lift the heel and lower down. We'll do 10 reps. Got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift and hold. Okay, pause there. Think about heels high to the sky as you can go, and then sweep those arms up. Just breathe. Inner thighs pull together, glutes tight. Lift that heel a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels come down, hands come down. Let's switch it over. Same thing, other side. Again, find your half kneeling. Core is tight, glutes are engaged. We're just finding a bit of activation so we're not lazy daisy. Hands to the knee, spread out those feet, big toe presses down, sliding the weight forward, sliding the weight back. Now, if you have that too far of a stance or too wide of a stance, you may feel a little bit more through the hip flexor. So you can always bring that knee in a little bit more, just like I did. Forward and back. Inhale to drive forward, keep that big toe pressed down, make sure that arch doesn't collapse. So strong foot position is really important throughout this whole session here today. Let's go last 3, Last 2. Last 1. Nice. All right, so we're back in this alignment. We can keep the hands to knees, or you could hinge. I love to hinge here. Okay. And then we lift the heel. So we're going 10, 9. Still need engagement through the glutes and the inner thighs, just so we're able to stay stable through this half kneeling calf raise. This one's number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, little lift, pause, hold, arms sweep up. Now, as you get to the top, I want you to lift the heel more. So really feeling that activation, just hanging out for about 10 seconds. Glutes tight, inner thighs pulled together. Find your stability for 3, 2, and 1. Heel comes down, hands come down. This time, right foot steps back. All right, so I've got my toes tucked. You can see them from this angle. All right, what I'll do is walk the knees together. Press through all 5 of those toes on each foot, and then think of suction cupping those arches together, and then just sit right back down to those heels. Now, for some of us, this is going to feel like a lot, so take breaks as you need. It's definitely a spicy position. It gets easier the more you do it. Now, we can be lazy here, or we can find that activation. So again, start to press the toes down to the ground, like you're trying to dig little holes, and then pull your heels together. Just breathe. So we're focusing on breathing through the belly and the hips. Right, if you notice the breath is getting caught in the chest or it's becoming a little ragged, you may be moving too deep. We're just going through an active stretch through the soles of the feet here. So there's a consistent pushing down with the toes, and that's how we get that activation. We're hanging out for about another 5 cycles of breath. Big breath in and big breath out. Let's shift the weight forward. Now what we'll do is find a forward fold. I'm lifting the knees off the mat and I'm just hanging. Now at home, you may like to use blocks here. Maybe you're holding on to something around you, the couch or a table, just whatever feels good. And I'm going to have my fingers on the ground. And what I'll do is bend one of my knees as I straighten the other leg. Now I'm getting a big stretch to the hamstring, a big stretch to the calf. And we just cycle of breath and then switch it over other side. So we're alternating this side to side. And you're just moving on your own flow. So if you're feeling a lot of the stretch through the hamstrings at this point, that is totally fine, natural and normal. The more you do it, the more the hamstrings open, the easier it'll be to start getting into your calves. This is a really great way to increase spinal and hamstring flexibility. So I love to elephant walk. Let's go one more each side. All right, legs come up through neutral. Let's just rise up to standing. And we will be doing just a little bit of balancing work. So if you want to hold onto a wall, something else, please feel free. But what we'll do is spread out the left toe. So once again, strong foot position. The wider the foot, the more base of stability you have. Press through the big toe, press through the pinky toe. Think about suction cupping those little feet up towards the sky. So think about engaging the muscles to pull that arch up. We'll float the other leg off the mat. We'll just bend the knee, tap the heel. Give you the front version here. Okay. Standing leg, knee is bent, knee tracks over that midfoot, tapping that flying heel to the earth before I'm standing up. I'm going to hit about 10 reps of these. So for 10, 9, 8. So again, really want to find a nice strong foot position here. If you're wiggling a little bit, that's totally fine. Right? It happens. We're here to grow and get better. We want to make sure that knee is tracking through the midfoot, so not falling toward the midline of the body. Last two. Last one. Good. Rise it up and switch. Other foot comes down, toes spread, so press through big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Think about suction cupping that arch up. Other leg lifts. Let's do it again. The same move, other side. So your depth is completely up to you. If you want to make this a little less intense, you just tap that heel a little closer in front of your working leg, your grounded leg. Halfway there. Almost. Last one. Nice. Come on up. All right, feet plant down, hip distance, going a few calf raises here. So I want you to think about coming up as high as you can and then slowly lowering down. Spread the toes once again. Lift those heels super high. Slow lower down. Right. Super high and down. Good. 3, 4. Just like in that active stretch, we're pressing through all 5 of the toes. 6. Try to evenly disperse the weight versus dumping to the inner or outer edge of the foot. Almost there. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's go last one. Love it. Heels come right back down. A different balancing this time. So focus is still a strong foot position. It doesn't matter how deep you go. It doesn't matter if you're using a little bit of support here. We're just trying to rock back and forth with a strong, stable foot and ankle. So spreading out the toes once again, standing tall, and then lift my non-working leg. From the side, looks like this. I'd press that working leg back as I kind of drop my heart low, and I would stand it up. All right. So let's do 8 reps together. Once again, feel free to hold on to something sturdy to give you a little bit of support if you need it. All right, I'll be doing this on the side view, so hopefully you get a nice good look. So plant the foot, big toe down, arch is active, press the leg back, and then stand. The flying leg can be bent or straight. We're not looking for crazy depth. We're not looking for crazy perfection. You are looking for a strong foot position. So you almost want to think about gripping the earth with that foot. Good, we got 4 more to go here. 4. Coming out of balance here. 3. 2. All right, lovely friends, last one. Shift back and then just hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Rise it up. Wonderful. All right, feel free to give that leg a little bit of a shake, right? I like to kind of go in and out. That feels so good. Another really nice functional way our ankle moves, which is so healthy. Want to be able to rock in and out here. And we're going to do the other side. So same vibe, other side. So let's set it up. Spread the toes, find all 4 corners, big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Arch is nice and active, so we're kind of suction cupping the little muscles up toward the sky. Non-working leg lifts, and let's do it. Pressing back. Oh, I'm bumping things. Pressing back, and sweeping up. It's our first rep. Number 1 focus is that strong foot position. Keep in mind, we may feel differences between the 2 sides. And that is totally normal. 4, 5, 6, last 2, 7. And that last one, we stay to hold, right? Push back, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise it up. Nice. So same thing, let's just rock those feet in and out. Of course, if there's another way you want to rock those ankles or shake them out, that's fine. I'll do another little set of calf raises. This time we're adding on a half rep here. So feet hip distance, spread those toes. Once again, evenly disperse the weight through all 5 of those toes. Lift the heels all the way up, halfway down, up, all the way down. All right, let's do 10 together. Up, half, up, and down. Up, half, up, and down. So getting that little extra pulse rep adds a bit more time under tension here. So we get a little bit more of those sensations through the calves. So nice. More opportunities for a bit of strength. We're halfway here. 5 more to go. Two more. One more. Nice. All right, heels come down. From here, feet hip distance, heels lift, pause. Hands can be to heart center, arms can be out, whatever you like to do. Maybe you're bending your knees just a little bit where I am now. Lift those heels more. Maybe you're bending your knees a lot, right? Find what works for you. Just keep those heels lifted as high as you can. So I want you to prioritize the lift of the heels more than the bend of the knees. Staying here for 15 seconds. Breathe with me. We're already halfway through. Stay and hold. Heels a little higher. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Keep those heels lifted. Pause and stabilize it. 2, and 1. Heels come down. Nice work. All right, let's make our way to the sit bones. Now we're going to do some fancy ankle circles. So sit in a position that just feels comfy. For me, it looks kind of pretzel-y, but you can really be anywhere. You can even be seated in a chair. Just grab onto the ankle here and think about flexing the foot and then taking the pinky and pointing it down towards the ground and then pointing the toes and then taking that big toe, pulling it up toward the ceiling as you circle back to your starting position. Let's do that 2 more times. Pinky down, point, big toe up, and circle it all the way back to that starting position. Last one, pinky down, point, big toe up. Get it as high as you can before circling it back up. Now let's do that same thing, but the opposite direction. So big toe up first, then point, pinky down. Now as it comes down, we just slide back to our starting position. Big toe up, point, pinky down, slide it back into that starting position. Let's go last one like that. We go up, point, pinky down, slide it all the way back up. Beautiful. And then just give your ankle a few random circles here, just nice and low key. Get some of those sensations out. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So again, really sitting in any position that feels comfortable for you. For me, it looks like this. It doesn't have to look like this for you. All right, so grab the ankle, foot is flexed, and we'll start big toe. So big toe to the sky. Actually, let's start pinky toe. Let's do what we did last time. Pinky toe down, flex, or point actually. Now big toe comes up, and then move that into that starting position. Right, pinky down, point, big toe slides up, and lift it up as high as you can before it curls back to starting. All right, one more like that, pinky down, point, big toe up as high as you can, and curl it right back in. Same thing, other side or other direction. Big toe up, point, Pinky toe down. Circle it right back in. Do it again. Big toe first. Point. Pinky toe toward the earth. Get it there as deep as you can before circling it back up. We've got one more round like that. Big toe. Point. Pinky goes down. Circle it all the way back. Once again, just give the ankle a few casual circles here, working out any tension. Right, and if that felt a little awkward, don't worry, that's normal. It gets easier the more we do it. So let's sit on the bum, legs nice and straight. We'll scrunch the feet and then spread the toes 10 times. Just going a nice big spread and then scrunching, kind of curling them all together. We're just moving through that. Right, really tuning into all the muscles of the feet here. We're going 7 more. Let's go. We're going 6 more. Last 5. 4. 3. Last 2. All right, last one. I want you to spread them out as wide as you can and just hold it. Just keep it going. 3. Pinky from big toe. 2. Feel all of those muscles of the feet. And 1. Give them a little scrunch in. Nice work. All right, wiggle those toes. All right, do whatever you need to do to get those sensations out. And then let's give it a little stretch for those shins and get you out of here. So I'm going to sit on my bum here in a kneeling position, toes not tucked this time. Hands can be behind the back. Let's pick up one knee and just feel that stretch through the shin. It's a really, really nice stretch here. Always such a tough place in the body to get into, so I do really like this one. Now we can come down and switch it to the other side. The hands are rooted out behind me just to add a bit more support to the shape. Bring it down. Now you could go back into singles, or if you feel comfortable, you could lift both those knees at the same time. We'll just hold here for about 3 to 5 cycles of breath. Last breath in. Exhale to release. Knees come down. And let's just shift the weight forward here. Tucking the toes, sitting those hips back to the heels. And just breathe. Nice big stretch through the soles. A little bit less intense than the last time we did it. Final cycle in. And let it go. Feel free to shift forward and tap out those feet. Right. You can stay here as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me for a bit of an ankle focus session, and I can't wait to see you for the next one.